actually need to start on this thing. I feel like I could normally do a ninja start and just be fine. Subs carry you in any map with water. I don't know. There's a lot of blocking line of sight with these buildings. I feel like in this level. I don't know. I've only used subs a couple of times, honestly, for chimps mode. Usually I try to do other strategies there. Engineer. Yeah, that's worth a shot. Do I have any other towers available? Yeah, I'm going to throw a dart down. Too late. Okay, restart. Maybe Boomer actually could be helpful. With faster throwing and long range. Let's try that. Thanks, Fine Cool. I appreciate it. I don't know. I like my Boomer here. Until that happens. Dart Monkey. Actually, gotta think of a strategy I want to do, though. That's the big ticket here. Excuse me. Ooh, also, for dinner tonight. Okay. Go. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Kylie Boomer? Yeah, that'd be helpful. Oh, jeez, oh, jeez. Got that crossbow right in time there. Let's see here. I kind of want to do a perma spike at the end. Yeah, I know this is not great at the moment. I will more than willingly admit that. We'll see how this actually ends up going at the long run. Yeah, we're gonna just try to get Churchill down as soon as possible at this point, I think. Ninja Kiwi puts Ninja Magic Reddit memes. Yep, pretty much. Pretty sure Ninja Magic's not meme today. Well, I mean, they needed something that could hit Camo Purples, so I think that's pretty much why they're there. Makes sense, I guess, in a weird sort of way, but yeah, it's also kind of funny. Alrighty. And I should be good now with Churchill just carrying me for a bit. YouTube lags when blah blah blah. YouTube lags when you open up an emote menu? That's weird. Really now? That doesn't make any kind of sense whatsoever. Okay. Oh, wonder why that is. Alrighty, alrighty. I think I want to do Bionic. For that one at least. Churchill can pop bad, and okay. And what's unsatisfying? Oof. Oof, that's rough there. Yeah, that's definitely rough there. Geared. Geared is a rough map. Such a rough map there. Yeah, I definitely feel like they put Geared on the wrong difficulty tier. Because honestly, I'd say it's one of the hardest ones in the map, or one of the hardest ones in the game. What if the new hero will be viable in geared chimps? Honestly, I'm really hoping so. I feel like a flying hero is kind of just the kind of hero that map needs more than anything else. So yeah, I can definitely see the new hero being viable there, just on the basis of being a flying hero. But we'll see what actually happens, or if that hero is any good at all, because that does matter. I mean, if the new hero is just kind of underpowered, yeah, that would just be rough. Okay. I think we go for permaspike. Do I know what Linux is? Yes, I do. Yep. I actually went to an engineering school for college, and I had a lot of friends who used Linux as their operating system for a lot of different things, especially those who are in programming majors. Absolutely love Linux. Me personally, I'm not great with programming, and I could definitely see the appeal of Linux, but I've just never used it myself, honestly. But yes, Linux is definitely a great operating software, and especially with it being open source, it's also really, really nice in that regard. Oh boy. I kind of want to get permaspike before 63, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough to get there. I think I will, but we'll see. 59 might be an issue as well, honestly. You're doing Linux from scratch? Very nice. Best of luck to you there, my friend. Okay, 59. Keep my finger on the pulse. 700 should be fine. Yeah, there we go. Permaspike. Wonder if Churchill will be better on last. It's hard to say. Especially considering that Churchill has two different forms of fire. I feel like... This is going to sound weird, but I really feel like Churchill could benefit from being able to target his weapons separately. Because his machine gun firing on first is fantastic, but being able to adjust his cannon could be really helpful in a lot of cases, I feel like. But because of the fact right now that I don't have as much wave clear at the moment, I do kind of want to keep him on first. That way his machine gun can hit stuff pretty well, and then the permaspikes can just take care of the Moabs, honestly, at this point. Yeah, the permaspikes are just... they're holding strong. It's great. Don't think you have asked me that one. but I have not built my own computer. No, I just kind of have a standard model. I do want to build a computer at some point, but right now financially it's not really an option. Uh, yeah, I'm still just looking for that first engineering job still, and once I get that and get those big paychecks coming in, that's when I'll start looking into stuff like building a computer and stuff like that. And I've actually got a couple of friends who have already offered to help me do it, but yeah, it's mostly just a financial thing at this point. I haven't been able to do that yet. Choosing targeting for Churchill and No Path Super would be really nice. Yes, absolutely. Pretty much any tower that can have multi-targeting would be really nice to be able to do that. And I think those are the main two. I'm trying to think if there's any others off the top of my head, and I don't think so. Potentially Flying Fortress, but that one would be... I feel like that would be kind of funky to do that one with, particularly. I don't know. Also, I'm going to start working towards... Starship, I think. What AV do I suggest? Yeah, what do you mean by AV? Antivirus. That's a good question there, honestly. I don't know. It's really hard to say, honestly, in a lot of cases. For a long time, I've used Norton personally, and it's worked fairly well for me. But there's a lot of good ones out there, honestly, and it's just yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I've used Norton. I've used Malwarebytes a lot, and in general, don't make a huge amount of dumb decisions, so that's helpful as well. But yeah, there's just enough junk out there on the internet that a little bit here and there is helpful. But yeah, at the very least, Malwarebytes. I'd say bare minimum Malwarebytes is helpful, especially since you can get a free version of it. I'm pretty sure. And then another thing actually that helps me out as well, honestly, which I feel like is kind of in the same area, not really though, but I use the Windows cleanup and the Windows defragmenter quite a bit as well, which kind of helps with me in particular because I tend to make a lot of videos as well, in addition to Twitch content, and kind of just putting new large files on a computer and deleting them over and over again, defragmenting the disk kind of just helps speed it up a good amount as well. Norton sometimes words. Norton sometimes considered bloatware. Honestly, I have no idea what that phrase means. Alright, what kind of pops are we looking at on you? 76k. Not too shabby. Oh, geez, that's a heavy wave. Yeah, that perma spike is really helpful there. Programs that use a lot of space and memory, often programs that are already on the computer found when it's bought, that may not be needed by the user. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, okay. I can kind of see that. From a ring, ballistic missile, fighter plane, Spectre, flying fortress, technically heli, reactor, and first strike. Oh, for the ones that could have individual targeting. Makes sense. Yeah, those ones actually would actually benefit from individual targeting, I feel like. Although, honestly, I feel like out of those, Inferno Ring does it well at the very least. Having its big attack always go for strong, and then its other AoE attack go over just whatever areas nearby. I think Inferno Ring is okay with that. But yeah, other ones. I think Heli's fine, honestly. You can kind of, if you really have an issue with targeting, you can always just essentially just pilot the Heli yourself. So I don't think that one's as big of an issue, but yeah, potentially like the first strike and the missiles. Those could be interesting. And then for Badlu, Candy Crush on Windows could be considered bloatware. Okay, makes sense. Although there are some people out there who really do enjoy Candy Crush, and all the power to them, honestly. But yeah, that is definitely not a game that's my cup of tea, per se. Also, I enjoy the fact, or not really enjoy it, but I find it funny that essentially Candy Crush replaced an older game that was kind of common on a lot of computers previously called Bejeweled. And I feel like these days, very few people have heard Bejeweled and everybody's heard of Candy Crush, and it's kind of the exact same thing, honestly, at this point. Hallie will target first, and I'm going to try and shoot down a straight line. Okay, that's fair. Like I say, I can still just see the argument of why it wouldn't be one of those ones. Do I watch Linus Tech Tips? I do not. Honestly, I haven't heard about them before. Yeah, honestly, in general, I'm definitely not the most tech-savvy person out there. I don't know. I enjoy my tech. I have fun with my tech, but yeah, I'm not necessarily good with it, per se. Oh, he builds computers? Okay, very cool. Alright, come on, ZM and G's. Drop me the big bucks. Alrighty, I'll have to check them out later. Alrighty. Also, not gonna lie, the new balloon skins that they've introduced into the game for trophies, they just always make me smile. I'm really, really happy that they introduced this in the game for trophies. Because now trophies are actually worth something, and plus they're just fun to use now. But yeah, there's just something really satisfying about seeing a giant ass pizza just flying around. Archmage, Sticky Bomb, and Enjoy the Jungle 2, I guess. That's fair. Well, I mean, kind of, though. It would be interesting. It would definitely be interesting, at the very least. Archmage, I can definitely see validation for because of the Dragon's Breath and the primary fire as well. Sticky Bomb, I think Sticky Bomb does need to stick with just being able to hit Moabs for sure. Druid of the Jungle, I've got no idea for that one, honestly. There's a lot of weird ones, so it doesn't really work. Yeah, that's fair. And Casual Glue Gunner. Putting you onto Strong. Okay, yeah, that perma spike is really helping out with the DDTs coming in. And I think I'm just going to make this glue a tier 4, so I go middle route. It's actually kind of one of the things I like about the glue a lot is that the best path, so to speak, changes based on how far you're bringing it up. Alright, the dreaded 95, let's go, let's go. And HSH, or however you want to pronounce that name. Honestly, I'm not sure how to do that. But thank you for the follow. I play this game a lot. Yeah, I'd say a decent amount. And change that? Sure thing. Toss that out of here. Let's toss on this one. Alrighty, 97, let's go, let's go. Just gonna enter in with some missiles. And we'll get our boomer going as well. Just all the abilities, honestly, at this point. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy. Reinforced DDTs, I hate this. But we're fine. And I'll get Crossbow Master. Right there at the end. Should be good. And I think this is going to be another black border. Okay, there's that. And a 003 engineer to end it out. But that is chimps mode. That, if I have calculated things correctly. Oh, whoops, wrong button. And that's another black border.